If you've ever wanted to hit pause on life, ditch the emails, ditch the traffic, and trade your morning meeting for a monkey swinging overhead, then welcome to Borneo. Borneo isn't a curated resort with towel origami and poolside smoothies. It's the real gloriously untamed jungle. Over the next few minutes, I'll take you along for misty river cruises, close encounters with pygmy elephants and wild orangutans, and one boat ride that reminded me why we travel in the first place. So take a deep breath, leave your deadlines behind, and let's step into the wild. Logistics first. Borneo is the third largest island in the world and is shared by 3 countries, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei. I hopped a flight from Kuala Lumpur on mainland Malaysia to Kota Kinabalu in Malaysian Borneo. I was met by a party at the airport and then took a short flight over to the town of Sandakan. By the time I arrived in Sandakan, I was already sweating and possibly glowing. But you know what? It was totally worth it, because this is the side of Borneo where things get seriously wild, literally. 30 minutes from Sandakan is Sepilok. Sepilok is basically Borneo's beating heart when it comes to saving wildlife and protecting the rainforest. If you're coming all the way to Borneo and don't visit Sepilok, that's like going to Italy and skipping carbs. Just no. My first stop was the famous Sepilok Orangutan Rehabilitation Center. Picture this, a feeding station in the middle of a rainforest, everyone whispering like we're in church, monkeys appearing out of nowhere, and then, once the food is put down, an orangutan swings in like it's opening night on Broadway. These orangutans are in rehab, the good kind, being reintroduced into the wild. That means they come and go as they please, including ignoring us entirely. There are feedings twice a day at 10 and 3, so you've got options. One orangutan gave me a look mid-banana like I was a weirdo, and honestly, fair enough. Just across the road is the Bornean Sun Bear Conservation Center, home to the smallest bears in the world and possibly the moodiest nap enthusiasts I've ever met. They are native only to Southeast Asia, and they're called sun bears because of the golden crescent on their chest. They curl up in trees, slurp food with alarming focus, and lick logs like it's a competitive sport. I love them deeply, but from a respectful distance. Last stop of the day, the Rainforest Discovery Center, home to a 130-million-year-old rainforest. That's older than the Amazon. The canopy walkway is just under half a mile, completely sturdy, no swaying drama, and gives you treetop views that feel straight out of a movie. I spotted cream-colored squirrels, suspiciously photogenic bugs, and birds I couldn't identify but applauded anyway. 10 out of 10 for views, air quality, and teeny squirrels living their best life. Day 2 is where things escalated, dramatically. I joined a 2-day, 1-night Kinabatangan River cruise, which is basically Borneo's version of a safari. Just swap the jeep for a boat and the lions for literally everything else. To get there, we drove a couple of hours from Sepilok deep into the jungle, and eventually we pulled up to a dock, boarded a boat, and motored down the second longest river in Malaysia to our riverside jungle lodge. Yeah, the lodge's dock looked questionable, and the grounds were flooded, but the lodge was rustic, cozy, and felt like part of the adventure. After settling in, we hit the water, and that's when things really got wild. Wildlife? Immediate. A herd of 20 pygmy elephants right on the riverbank, bathing, grazing, and some looking like they were in a very productive team meeting. Then, a proboscis monkey, native only to Borneo, munching leaves like he hadn't eaten in days. Zero eye contact, maximum buffet focus. Further down, monkeys were in full jungle chaos mode, chasing, jumping, screaming like recess had no rules. As the sun began to set, the boat turned. The water smoothed out, the bugs quieted slightly, and even the monkeys seemed to call it a day. It wasn't a dramatic goodbye, just the jungle quietly saying, "Show's over for now." I fell asleep that night to a symphony of jungle insomniacs and one champion-level snorer. Origin? Unknown. My feet were damp, my hair had lost all its structure, and I wouldn't have traded it for 5 stars in aircon. We got up painfully early for a sunrise cruise, because apparently the jungle does not believe in sleeping in. Birds started chirping like nature's alarm clocks. Monkeys were already back at it, and the forest slowly powered back on. Then, out of nowhere, a rhinoceros hornbill flew overhead. These birds are only found in Southeast Asia and look like they were designed by someone who loves drama and beaks. If you ever doubt that nature has its own rhythm, no calendars, no clocks, just instinct and sunlight, come here. There's no grand finale, just the quiet magic of a world that doesn't need our input to be incredible. Here's my packing list, as well as my comments. Essentials: industrial grade bug spray, lightweight long sleeves, a dry bag, a decent zoom lens. Here's what I packed and absolutely didn't use. 3 books I never opened, 1 nice outfit, false confidence in my shoe choices. And finally, here is what I should have brought: a second power bank, actual waterproof shoes, more patience. I came to Borneo for the wildlife, but in the end, it was really all about the feeling. It was floating through the jungle, seeing monkeys pull off stunts that would get me medically disqualified, and just knowing that this world is so much bigger, wilder, and weirder than our inboxes. Would I go back to Borneo in a heartbeat? Would I wear better shoes? Absolutely. If you're planning a trip to Borneo, drop your questions below. I'm completely happy to overshare. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. I'll see you on our next adventure.